Hello and welcome to yet another amazing episode. My name is Jacinta and I am the Aligned Love Coach. If this is your first time joining me here, karibu sana, you're welcome. We love guests, we love visitors because in this channel, we talk about all things relationships, lifestyle, fashion, but mostly relationships. Why? Because I am an aligned love coach. And what that means is that I help women who have left toxic relationships to help them find true love. Wouldn't you want that? Because if you'd like that, then my friend, today's video is for you. I'm gonna be telling you about one of my other game changers for when it comes to finding love. I teach this a lot. I also have a friend who I just recently did a TikTok video with, and I came to realize from the DMs that, wait a minute, this is information that so many women need to hear. So I'm just gonna be recapping and telling you about the educative part of this, which is very important for you to just note, because when I first heard about this, I was actually reading a book by a guy called Kelvin Nathan, and it was talking about, the tagline was actually I don't want to tell you the topic because I want you to stay tuned, but the tagline was that once you see this, you're gonna start experiencing life in an effortless way. I think it was something along those lines. Can you guess what that aspect is? Yeah, if you think you are not very sure about it, then stay tuned because this video might be a game changer to you. So karibu, welcome, and don't forget to subscribe, like this video and share it. Self-worth. Did you guess it right? Because if you didn't, that is what I'll be talking to you about. And before I even start into the things that you need to note or how you can cultivate it, let me just give a brief description of what your self-worth is about. The self-worth is just plainly a major branch of self-love. If you've followed me long enough, you know that I'm huge on self-love because that is a game changer. It is the one aspect that will help you to find love that aligns with you, for you even in relationships to actually still be in happy relationships that are working for you, not relationships that you will outgrow after some time because you're like, my goodness, this person and me do not align in any way. The things that I want are not the things that they want. In short, sometimes you can even find yourself in a relationship with a weapon that is designed or fashioned against you simply because you lack this one major aspect called self-love. Yeah, that's worth noting. And like I said, self-worth is a huge part of self-love. Yeah, it's actually more so one or the same, but the umbrella is self-love. So when it comes to self-worth is the one thing that you have to find inside yourself. If you cannot find it out there, and when you do not like the habit, then you'll be finding it through other people. And most of the time, when you have to let people determine your price, my friend, it is not going to be as business as usual. It's gonna be them trying to belittle you. Like, let's just be honest. If you had a chance to bargain, because I come from Kenya, I know this channel is not just viewed by Kenyans, but most of you are Kenyans, yeah? And when we go to that grocery store or to the market, what happens? We can see a huge ripe tomato. It's very big, and you know very well in your heart that this one should even go for like 20, 30 Kenya shillings. But then when you are bargaining, you're gonna try and tell this lady who we usually call Mama Mboga, or the grocery owner, that, you know what, I think this one should go for 10 shilling, just to bargain, to get the best price, to get away with not getting out as much money from your pocket. Yeah, so it's the very same way with self-worth. You can actually be very worth it, but when people come into your life, they're going to try and bargain and push your limits, push your boundaries as much as they can, so that they can get away with as much BS as they can. Yeah. So this is why it's very important for you to have it. And especially to my ladies who are dating, I have this whole topic of dating because my goodness, dating is just a game changer when it comes to you being healthy and being aligned and looking for an aligned partner. This will be the one thing that you need to be grounded on: self-worth. Because let's be honest, so many things can happen. Sometimes you wake up, you're having a very good conversation with somebody, and then you wake up and they have ghosted you and you're like, my goodness, is it me? Or things were working out very well during your dating and somebody just wakes up and tells you it's over. What do you do? Yeah. So I usually say that self-worth is like the way we have a tree has roots that go way underneath. Even though the soil is eroded, even though there comes a wind, or sometimes there is snow, all these seasons are there which come to change, to try and change this tree, it will still remain firmly grounded on the ground. Yeah, or just firmly standing on the ground. Why? Because its roots are deep inside. Now, worth is the same to you. You need to be grounded in your worth, especially when you are dating, because so many things will happen to try and sway you. So many people will try and tell you, hey, whatever you're looking for is impossible. They will try and tell you, oh, you're too old. They'll try to tell you, oh, I don't know this and this and this, that whatever you're looking for does not even exist. You need to be grounded by this one thing called self-worth. And self-worth will lose it due to some little aspects, but I'm just going to mention a few, very briefly. One can either be your childhood. Maybe you came from a childhood where you're not appreciated. I usually say our childhood either set us up for disaster, for failure, or for success in future. It always depends. How were you talked to, and even how do you see yourself now after the relationships? Let's be honest. You can be a lot of big things. You can be even a CEO to a company, but then when you go home, they treat you like you're nothing. Some families. And what that does is that it takes away, it erodes your whole essence, your whole esteem. And even later on, you will not feel like you deserve some good things in life, including good relationships. That is one way. The other basic way is relationships, toxic relationship. I'm huge on toxic relationships because these erode away your worth like nobody's business. It takes away all the good essence. If you're there with somebody who tells you, I'm doing you a favor, I'm the only one who can accept you. If not for me, where would you be? Nobody else would even want to be with you. Then slowly by slowly, you might not even realize it, but it's very subtle. It slowly sinks into your mind and into your brain, and you buy this idea. And once you get it, then even when you leave later on, it's going to be very hard for you to convince yourself that you can actually get better. Now, how do we cultivate this self-worth? How do you come back? Because you had it somewhere along the line, but you lost it. So then how do we go back? Number one, very important, your support system. Your support system comprises of the family that you choose to keep, the friends that you have, maybe the mentors, the coaches like myself. We actually can help you to bring it back by, first of all, for me as a coach, how I help you is by bringing the awareness. You get to learn, where did you lose it from? Because most of us, we're very different. If for me, I lost it through a relationship, for you, you might have lost it somewhere else along the way. I just gave a few examples, but there are many, many ways as to how you can lose your self-worth. But you need it. You need to reclaim it for you to be able to form healthier relationships moving forward, right? So your support system, you need to really vet the people around your life, including family. If you're with people who will never celebrate you, if you're with people who will always keep criticizing you, this is the time for you to create the number two, boundaries. Boundaries are very important. It's okay for you to cut off people who are not treating you well, who are not showing up for you just as you're showing up for them. We have such friends. You wake up and you're trying to just do life, and then somebody just calls you and they're dumping on you. But then when you need somebody, when you're going through a moment in your life and you need someone, you call them up. The very same friends, they are like, I'm busy, or I cannot talk to you. I've had some friendships which are very dysfunctional. from just people telling me the kinds of relationships that they have, you'll be able to notice that. Yeah. So have boundaries with people, including family. Especially as for us Africans who come from a background where we were not really taught to have boundaries, that it was okay for us to distance ourselves from some family members simply because they're bringing you down or tearing down your confidence. Let me be the one to affirm this to you. It's very much okay for you to distance yourself from such people. Even cut them off completely. Yeah, there's some people who will just never learn it. There will always be some people who will just be there and try as much as they can to pull you apart. Yeah. So if they're not there to celebrate your wins, no matter how small they are, if they're not there to just say positive things or positive people in your life, they're just always negative, all that, you don't really have to put up with that. Yeah. So boundaries is another way that you can actually be able to establish this. Another very important way is you having compassion towards yourself. I want you to know that the version of you that you are today might not be the one that you were 10 years back. If right now you're in your 30s, when you were in your 20s, you might have been very different. And you put up with so much. You let people walk all over you, but you didn't know any better. If you're in your 40s, in your 30s, you were different. In your 20s, you're different. So if you did not know this information, if you had no idea about all these things right now that you do know, if you let some people come into your life who ended up using you and misusing you, please extend compassion on yourself, because only you can be able to do this for you first. Yeah, other people might not realize it. Some of them might judge you very harshly, but you need to know that you did not know any better and that it's okay. Whatever happened, you learned the lesson, you move on gracefully. Yeah. The fourth one, last but not least, is how do you talk to yourself? Remember, so many people can tell you some very mean things out there. People sometimes feel entitled to even point out your mistakes. But for you, you need to really be mindful of how you talk to yourself. How you talk to yourself, because that will be a game changer in you reclaiming your self-worth. Yeah, it might look or sound like I'm saying something very easy to do, but I know this for a fact. There's some people who are very critical over themselves. It can even be something as simple as doing the mirror work. I usually do this a lot, and my kids sometimes think that I'm crazy. Just look at yourself in the mirror and say, hey, Mary, hey, Kevin, hey, Wangeshi. Just see how amazing you are. Just see the work that you're doing and how amazing it is and how it's touching different people. Be your biggest supporter, be your biggest motivator, because my friend, let me tell you, the world is cruel and some people are out here just to try and tear you down. So you doing the opposite is going to be a huge game changer. Now, let me end this video by saying this. Healing is a journey. It's not a destination. This is not something that you one day wake up and say, I'm going to cut out everybody who has been talking to me in a negative way. I'm going to wake up and just say a positive word of affirmation to myself and I'm good. Nope. It can take you time. It's a journey. It's something that you practice doing over and over again, just putting yourself first. Yeah. So why not start today? Especially if you want somebody who is going to love you, honor you, and place you as a priority in their lives. You need to be doing these 4 things that I talked about. And if you'd like me to hold your hand, where I have a whole entire module where I speak about this as a topic, because it's very important. I know how important it is, especially before you go into dating, my women. Even when you're in relationships and you're not struggling to find your worth, you can DM me in any of my socials, or even comment down below. Just say self-worth and I will talk to you and tell you how we can have a conversation on how you can be one of the members of the Aligned Love family. Because my friend, we are many women. We are a great community of women who just want better. who want better. So if you've enjoyed this video or you have learned a thing or two about it, please comment, let me hear, and even tell me about other things that you would love to hear about, and share this video to somebody who would love to hear this information as well. And don't forget to subscribe. So until next time, bye bye.